Well, this really is the fixture of all fixtures in Italian football, the game that means everything, the game that is everything. Don't even pretend to know what happens next. It is time to abandon all reason, to forget form, just to lose yourself in the hour or two of this mayhem between the two Milan sides, and whatever will be at the end of it all. Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. The Milan derby, one of the most eagerly anticipated games in the world. Yet another edition of this never-ending rivalry, Jim.
Well, Peter, a derby with over a century of history and two huge institutions. It's a game, no matter what the dynamic or the significance, has always been a really highly charged affair that's utterly unmissable, and I expect this one to be no different.
Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Yet another page in the history of this grand old rivalry. Passionate, emotional, blood-boiling, sometimes angry, always... There's the shot! They've scored!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more. Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
Crosses it in. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. And now the breakaway. Hernandez. Oh, this looks sharp. And here's Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek. Now it's Fofana. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Well, you could see he was eager to get a shot away, but there was too much flesh and bone in his path.
Loftus-Cheek. Milan looking to pass their way through. Now it's Rafael Leao. Shot could be on. Chance! De Vrij attempts a clearance. And it's played forward. Thiaw promptly onto that, and that is that. And it's Loftus-Cheek. Oh no, that was never going to make it. He's gone forward.
That's positional goals, the utilisation of space.
Dumfries.
That's good defensive concentration.
Now the finish!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Inter Milan are enjoying a good spell right now and leading. Played back in. And he was quick to react. Ashlani. And he's managed to get free. Milan trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. And it's Arnautovic. Oh, important interception. Chow with the clearance. Motta. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. That is a brilliant interception. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Acerbi. And Motta. Zielinski. Arnautovic. Loftus-Cheek does well to get it back. Driving forward. Acerbi kept his eye on it, and he's there. And it's Mkhitaryan. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Inter Milan looking to go into the break, 1-0 up. Motta. Here's Zielinski. Reinders. Chance here to counter. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Zielinski. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Thuram really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
He is through here. Rafael Leao! And he's following up. Yes, it's in! AC Milan are all square.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Oh, look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked, and I still haven't moved.
Fofana. Passing nice and neat. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Inter Milan head back in at the break after a first half that has been, from a scoreline point of view in any case, an even one. Both sides have contributed in equal measure, neither looking overly under pressure from the other. And at the break, glass half full, half empty. It's 1-1. Well, it's been an enthralling game so far, this meeting of regular rivals. High intensity, high in passion. Tough game for the officials to this point, but that is unlikely to change. So in they come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Loftus-Cheek. Rafael Leao. And it's Loftus-Cheek. Abraham! It's in!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one. Oh, that was such a smart exchange of passes, and it took so many defenders out of play in one quick movement. Wonderful goal.
Milan get themselves into the lead.
Yeah, for me, this team seems to find it easier to attack than defend, but now they're going to need to dig in at the back a bit.
Arnautovic. Oh, it's Arnautovic. Big chance!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. That's great defending to cover for the goalkeeper and just get something in the way.
That's been cut out, well played. Inter Milan needing a change of fortune here. Fofana. And the counter is on. And here's Abraham. And here's Loftus-Cheek. Abraham. And that is expertly dealt with. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Zielinski. And here's Thuram. Great ball, and he's in here. It's Mkhitaryan! Goal! Inter! They've done it again! It is incredible!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character. Wonderful.
That is just remarkable, the amount of bend he got on that.
Yeah, and it's not a surprise to see him elect to shoot from there, considering how much movement can be generated on the ball. Great hit.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. So all square, and not for the first time.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing. Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Good read, needed to be. Chow is there to clear. Thuram, who saw this coming? Inter Milan have dragged it back at the last. And they've got a throw.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 7, numero 55, numero 2. Lasciano il campo per
Musa.
il numero 11,
Fofana.
il numero 58. Il numero 36, Darmian.
Now it's Joao Felix.
Footballing width usually identifies with running room, and we've just seen a prime example.
And the shot! And that's a real chance missed.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
Bisek. And it's Correa. Barella.
Well, when the options aren't quite present in the box, it's the crosser's interest to hold on for the support. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it. Inter showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
Fofana. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Now who's going to be first to this?
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
Good spot, he's seen the run. Barella. Emerson Royal gets it away. Chukwueze.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Ci saranno
Now
3
it's Joao
minuti di
Felix.
recupero.
Joao Felix. Joao Felix going full steam down the flank. And the number on the board is 3. Nicely weighted ball. Chow with the clearance. That'll be a corner.
All the big boys are set for this. It's like land of the giants in there.
Nice interception, well timed. And that's that. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, that really did fly.
Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. The action has already started. Oh, good spread. That pass has been well intercepted. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Peter, it's hard to see past the giant Dutchman, Joshua Zirkzee. OK, you can tell he's not the quickest, he's not going to run behind the fences too often. So his game is pretty much all about bringing others into play, just finding those little spaces all around, and that gets the runners going. So from him, you can expect some goal involvements.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Oh, what has happened here? It's a mighty effort! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. Ugarte. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Mkhitaryan. Dumfries. And Aslani. And it's Stefan de Vrij. Acerbi. And Bissek. Acerbi. Dumfries. Inter Milan are seeing more of the ball, but still aren't carrying much goal threat. Zielinski. Manchester United trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. Ugarte. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Ahmad. Ahmad! Denied by an instinctive save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. Manchester United with the corner, they're first. Oh, looks like he's been taken out there. And it's Eriksen. Inter Milan are looking to go forward now. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, delightful ball. Thuram has a goal! Goal! Inter! The breakthrough strike!
The understanding between those two plays a big part in that, and releasing the run on side proved the key ingredient.
Inter Milan have fired themselves in front.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Bissek spots it and intercepts. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Eriksen going full tilt down the left. And they're back on the ball again. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And it's been given away. And he's gone backward here. Zielinski. Thuram. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. He has found the way through. Shot at goal! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And he's there to belt it away. Mazraoui. Oh, that's fabulous. Real chance! And he's quick to get it clear again. And it's hoisted clear. Dumfries.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
That is good alertness. And it's Eriksen. Eriksen running with the ball. Oh, red, nice interception.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Ugarte. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, a very decent watch up to now, but just the one goal so far. It has been competitive and combative throughout.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Inter Milan happy to have the lead in a tight old game. Half-time, 1-0.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
And we're off again.
Inter really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Bisek. And it's a Serbi. Here's Zielinski. Mkhitaryan. Oh, and he's through the middle. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. De Ligt with the clearance. And it's Mkhitaryan.
Well, that's the first attempt, Peter, we've seen at one of those raking passes just to spread the play.
Well read, and the danger is averted. De Ligt wins the duel this time. Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Gently done.
Manchester United making a fresh attempt to release someone in behind from back to front, and this is something different.
Being still separated by the game's only goal. Zirkzee purring through the gears. Oh, super ball! Ahmad! He's scored! Manchester United are back on level terms. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Manchester United grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Oh, look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked, and I still haven't moved.
Eriksen.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Casemiro. And here's Højlund. Casemiro. And a header! They just took too long getting forward.
Look, if they're going to counter, it has to be pacier and much more decisive.
Lasciano il campo per il numero 10, il numero 11.
That has been cut short. That has ended up in no man's land. Well, played right into his path. And he gets rid in a hurry.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Bruno Fernandes with the short one. Shaw delivers. He's got the shot away! Correa. He's going to be disappointed with that. And it's Eriksen. Zirkzee touches it back.
He had nobody else to help out there.
Can he finish? Goal! Manchester United! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Il numero 36, Darmian. Il numero 58.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Manchester United go into the lead.
Yeah, they deserve great credit for turning things around, but they'll now need the defensive resilience to equal that attacking flair.
Just a quarter of an hour to play. Ericsson. Damian. Oh, it's a sweet ball, that. Now it's Turan. Çalhanoğlu. And he's heaved it away. Taken back almost at once. Now Dumfries. Çalhanoğlu. Looking tidy in possession here. Mazraoui getting this one clear. And it's Stefan de Vrij. Inter Milan are in dire need of a breakthrough. Can they?
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
Mount. Zirkzee. Højlund. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Manchester United probably could have killed things off, but they should be okay here.
He's trying his best to keep it in play here. And it's Ericsson. Casemiro. That's Mount. Dumfries gets a foot in here. And here's Ericsson. Wriggles his way through. He is through here. And he's cut it out. Dumfries, who's set up one goal so far. Added time going up here. It's 3 minutes. He's gone for goal. Çalhanoğlu. De Ligt. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Inter Milan played more than a part in what has been a very exciting game. A game that began so promisingly from their perspective, but they are leaving here feeling utterly deflated. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
It can be difficult at times playing in front of your own fans if you're not living up to the expectations, and I think with confidence looking a little fragile at the moment, they were playing not to lose more than trying to win, and I think everything was just a letdown because of that.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very It is here at last, Milan's red letter day, Derby Day, a grand tradition since 1908, involving two of the most storied clubs in the entire world. There's so little to separate the teams in terms of prestige, so expect this to be nothing less than a day of storm and tempest, heady ambition and sharp partisanship. There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. It is simply a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. One of the world's great city rivalries, the Milan derby. It has its own chapter in the story of the Italian game.
Yes, Peter, this is one of the must-see derbies in world football. The atmosphere alone will send shivers down your spine, and when a goal is registered, the decibel level will deafen you. Believe me on that. Tension levels can be off the scale, and the Milanese...
Terrific header! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing. Little doubt who they'll be aiming at here.
Well, I can imagine it's going to be quite a scramble for the ball, but we know who has the magnetic impact.
And he thumps it clear. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, I think it's hard to ignore this guy, Mike Maignan, Peter. You don't normally pick a goalkeeper as a potential match winner, but I think his consistency has to allow him an exception, because I think he's just very solid in all aspects of his game, and he has a great relationship with this defence.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Has a look and place it forward. Chukwueze.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Inter Milan still without a single shot on target. Rafael Leao. Di Gennaro can claim that. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Dumfries. Mkhitaryan. A real chance if he can get through. Rafael has a go! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
Good ball over the top. Too much on it, and that's the keeper's.
Musa. We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
And they're not going to make any further progress now. Joao Felix.
Musa. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh no, this doesn't... Can he finish? Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead.
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
Milan penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
Motta. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And they're back on the ball again.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Musa. Now there's a fine ball. Mkhitaryan. Pass somewhat off target. They're back in possession and ready to go again. And the finish!
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
He's found a way through. There's the hit! And that is doing no harm at all. Dumfries. Ashlani. Played out to the left flank. Now it's Zielinski. Mkhitaryan. Zielinski pinches it off him. He won't be happy with that one. Just eases him off the ball. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, a very decent watch up to now, but just the one goal so far. It has been competitive and combative throughout.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Well, it is a game with plenty at stake, and that does show. Highly competitive, combative, confrontational. It is what you would expect from a game of this magnitude. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
And that has put paid to that. Hernandez. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Rafael Leao. Musa. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
It's a good spell of possession, this. Mkhitaryan did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. That pass has been well intercepted.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 81.007 spettatori.
That's good pressure, good intensity.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 22.
And this is the perfect opportunity to create a cushion between them. Reinders is standing over this one. And he's going to Rex. It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Milan are totally dominant in the middle of the park. A no-way through zone.
And now they can clear their lines. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. And he is going into that little black book. And the pass is intercepted. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
Now he's off and running. And he cuts out the supply. Correa. He's a sharp little ball here. Rafael Leao. There's no flag. Tries a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 8.
Milan have their second corner now.
Lasciano il campo per il numero 10, il numero 36. Darmian. Cambio di giocatori.
And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. No luck with that dink over the top.
Might want to be careful there.
Couldn't squeeze it through. And here's Abraham. Rafael Leao.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
And that is as far as they're going to go. Oh, strongly challenged there. Reinders. Could move up a gear here. Well timed, excellent interception. Bisek makes the interception. And he's running through. Look at the space here. Oh, with big chance! And that could have brought them level.
Oh, that'll be a major disappointment for him. That should have got his team back in the game.
Abraham wins the duel this time. And it's Correa. Thuram. And it's Darmian. And Motta. Early ball. Goes in for the header!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Inter need to give it everything they have, kitchen sink included.
Now it's Abraham. Interesting ball. Rafael Leao!
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
Could be danger here. Now shapes to shoot! And yes, it's there! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
It's a simple game. The striker's job is to find the space as often as possible, and he did exactly that.
2 up, and he's having a hit! The whistle has gone, and it is all over. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very capable. It is here at last, Milan's Red Letter Day, Derby Day, a grand tradition since 1908, involving two of the most storied clubs in the entire world. There's so little to separate the teams in terms of prestige, so expect this to be nothing less than a day of storm and tempest, heady ambition and sharp partisanship. There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. It is simply a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. Abraham gets through on his own. He's got the shot away! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Yeah, he'll be a little vexed with himself, having done well to get there first.
And it's Mkhitaryan. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Henrik Mkhitaryan. He's not the biggest, strongest or quickest, Peter, but what he lacks in physique, he certainly makes up for with a supreme footballing intelligence and great technique. He just seems to be able to see situations develop before anybody else, and he usually tends to pick the right option too.
Yes, he'd be my pick too. It's going to be all about how they get the best out of him. Dumfries. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Looking tidy in possession here. He's had a hit! Goal! Inter! The breakthrough strike!
Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
Inter Milan have their opener. It is a goal of real Rafael Leao! Oh, denied brilliantly!
That'll earn him a few high fives. Probably feels he could have been better protected, though.
Oh, what a climb! No, he didn't quite meet it right. Milan have their second corner now. Goes in for the header! And he gets rid in a hurry. Inter Milan have the chance to go the other way. Oh, easy pickings there. Mkhitaryan. Thuram. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. And here's Mkhitaryan. Martinez. He's looking wide. Musa. Reinders. Gently done. Oh, that's been cut out, well played. Zielinski. Inter Milan are very much in charge here, dominating possession and a goal to the good. Approaching the half-hour mark. Abraham. Rafael Leao. Rafael Leao was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Abraham. Rafael Leao. Great ball and he's in here. Musa! Oh, it's gone in! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, that's something that'll make the manager proud, because they dug in deep then and they've got their leveller.
Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one. And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Oh, look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked, and I still haven't moved.
Kyle Walker.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase, and of course those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Abraham, dink through. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
He's cut it out. Mkhitaryan. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Zielinski. And it's Mkhitaryan. And Aslani. Oh, it looked promising, but the final ball is just not quite right.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Abraham.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Well, the less said about that pass, the better. Hernandez. Rafael Leao. Nicely aimed pass. Terracciano. And claimed it back. Goes to finish! A decent effort as the first half draws to a close. So half-time, and it is all square. Neither able to pull away from the other, but that is not due to any shortage of effort on either side. It's a goodish game, this, and at half-time, it's one each. But it is a game with plenty at stake, and that does show. Highly competitive, combative, confrontational. It is what you would expect from a game of this magnitude. Inter Milan head into the dressing room after a half in which we've seen 2 goals, one each. There's the hit! Superb goal!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here. Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
Milan take the lead.
Yeah, they deserve great credit for turning things around, but they'll now need the defensive resilience to equal that attacking flair.
Now it's Rafael Leao. Great defending, strong and determined. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Aslani cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose. Oh, he's tripped him right on the cusp of the penalty area. Inter Milan could not have chosen a worse moment. So this to extend their lead. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Played a game of double bluff here, I think.
Milan take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here. They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Joao Felix. Oh, that's a key interception. Well, that's well spotted. Martinez. Motta. Zielinski. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Played out to the right. It's a goal kick.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 22.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
lasciano il campo per il numero 11, il numero 36.
Motta.
That's a case of crossing in hope, and unless they provide some more options, it'll be more miss than hit.
Now it's Abraham. Now it's Rafael Leao. Fiddles it through. Oh, delightful ball. Di Gennaro deals with it effortlessly.
Sostituzione per l'Inter, numero 21.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
70. Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Inter Milan have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Inter Milan perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Half an hour gone in the second half. Back into the middle. Pass is just off target.
Sostituzione per l'Inter, numero 55.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Numero 58. Attenzione, un cambio.
Bisek. And it's Correa. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Musa. Dumfries. Correa. And it's Damian. Musa. Rafael Leao. Out to the right. Showing good feet. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card.
Cambio di
Well,
giocatori.
it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Threads one in. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Il quarto uomo indica 4 minuti di recupero.
Damian. 4 added minutes on the board. Correa. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Martinez. He won't be happy with that one. And that is as far as it goes. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise they established, but they lost momentum, they lost intensity, they lost their lead, and ultimately they lost the game.
Ma ci rifaremo presto.
The end of the game. Reflections?
Yeah, well, I've been on the losing side in games like this, and I can tell you it really does hurt. It's about the fans, and when you let them down, it hurts that bit more. I mean, you can do all the right preparations and still end up on the losing side.